Hey, welcome to Ben's Boats. My name is Ben. Today's video is a little bit different. Let me explain. I'm about 2 hours south of my shop right now to take a look at something that's pretty cool. Let me show you. We're here today to look at this. It's a 1988 or 89 Cobalt 222. It's got a 5.7 cruiser in it. It looks like it's winterized. It's got Alpha 1, Gen 1. Based on the listing, it looks pretty cool. The interior is a little bit rough, but that's nothing that I can't fix. I've done all that before. If all goes well today, I'm gonna hook it to the truck and bring it back north. We've been driving for just under 2 hours now. We're about 18 minutes from the place, so I'm gonna update you when we get there and show you this thing in person. Let's hope it's better than the pictures. Alright, we made it out here. This thing is a little rougher than the pictures, but you know, just a little. So we're working with a 1990, it would seem. The last two digits are going to tell you the year, so it's a 90. So we've got a 1990 Cobalt 222. It's got an Alpha 1 Gen 1 on it, stainless steel prop. Not terrible, all things considered. Well loved indeed. The gentleman here said that they just put a starter on it, cleaned the carburetor, did a bunch of work to it, but the engine won't turn over. So he said it's either locked up or the starter's shimmed incorrectly. I'm going to try to figure that out today. I want to get it rolling over. If it's stuck, we're probably not going to go home with it today. Okay, got some tools in here. Let's see what lies under the engine hatch. Well, there's an engine, all right. So this is indeed 5.7. You can tell, you know, by the way that it is. It is pre-Vortec. It's got the center bolt valve covers here, but it's got the, if I can tell, yeah. See right there, this bolt angles this way. So it's wearing non-Vortec heads. That's okay. It's still a really good motor if it's not locked up. We're about to find out if it is or if it isn't. Looks like somebody's barred it over at the crank. There's paint missing from the crank bolts. Water pump is there. Hoses are off. Well, some hoses are off for some reason. Not sure why. We're gonna have to figure this thing out one way or another. Alright, first thing we're gonna check is see if this thing is locked up or not. The gentleman said it won't hit with the starter. No, maybe we should pull the oil stick first. Okay, well, it's over full. And, well, it's right up to the full mark right there, and very black. Smells like 1030. At least it's got oil. Oh, and FYI, here's the remnants of what looks to be a water pump. This was new at one point. No longer new. It looks like the mouse had a literal field day with it. Okay, alright, if I'm honest, I'm stalling right now. Let's see if this thing's locked up or not. Oh, please don't. Please move, please move. Okay. That's cool. That's just tightening the crank bolt. And just tightening the crank bolt. Okay, we might have a problem on our hands. Okay, this should not be this hard to bar over. It's not moving at all. Okay, well, this thing's not moving at all on the crank. It's not a good sign. I'm gonna hook a battery to it. I got a fresh one, brought it with me. See what I can learn. Maybe the starter can break it loose. If it spins, it's a good sign. I did find evidence of JB weld on the block, so this block has gotten cold at some point and broken. It's currently drained. I pulled the drain plug, nothing came out. So that's good, but not too confidence-inspiring right now. Battery is installed. We're going to flip this switch and see if it catches on fire. I give it a 50-50 chance. Well, nothing happened yet. Let's see if there's any life at the dash. Oh yeah, some gauges moving. Trim. Trim's down but not up. Oh, trailer button. Okay, so trims. Well, so here comes a moment of truth. I'm gonna hit the key on the dash and listen to what that starter does. If it gets a loud clunk and you can hear the Bendix engage with the flywheel, this thing is stuck solid, and I mean solid. If it moves at all, that's a good sign. We'll see. I don't have really high hopes right now, but stay tuned. We're about to find out. Alright, I'm gonna hit the key. You guys watch the engine. Oh, this thing's locked down. There's no moving. Yeah. Yep, nope. This thing's locked up solid. That is not very confidence instilling. There's one thing I can do. He said there was a new starter installed and that's shimmed improperly. If that's the case, the Bendix can fly out and get jammed in the flywheel. So I'm going to loosen the starter bolts, try to manually bar it over. If I can't get anything, we're done here today. Okay, well, the starter way down there is, you can see it moving. Got it loose. So the Bendix is no longer engaged with the flywheel. Moment of truth for the third time today. Yep, well, she's locked up good. Yep, there's not any movement whatsoever. Just in the off chance, I tighten the starter back up to hit this key. One more time. Listen for that Bendix engagement. You can hear the whole boat shake. Oh, hang on, the crank's moving. Hang on, look at this. The crank is moving. It's not locked solid, but it is, however, locked. It's moving. Moving all right. Not much, but it is. Okay, well, it moves. Just a little bit. I'm going to remove all 8 spark plugs so I'm not fighting compression, get some oil down the cylinders, and hopefully I can get this thing to spin over freely. If I can't, we're leaving. Okay, these manifolds are quite the pain to work around. This one's wearing R43 LTS's, which is the automotive version of the AC plug. It's the right plug, it's the right heat range. It's got a lot of carbon buildup, but there's no rust in there. These are aftermarket manifolds. They're very hard to get tools on, but I'm doing what I can with what I got. Here's cylinder 1. I guess technically this is the even bank, so that's cylinder 2 and 4. I got a few others here. Alright, we got one bank of cylinders out. Let's try to do the other. Alright, well there is cylinder 1. Cylinder 3. There's 5. New tool. That one didn't feel very good on the way out. But there is cylinder 7. Let's oil these things. Okay, everything is out and oiled. Let's see what happens. spins. It spins.
So do you put it on YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, I try.
That's good. I watch a lot of YouTube, man.
I do too. That's my main. Dude, that's my main way of
Maybe
entertainment.
that's all we watch.
Let's see what she does. Here it's got a clunk down there. That's either bottom end or flex plate. You hear clunk, clunk, clunk every time it rotates. Listen. You hear that? So it's got hydraulic lifters in here. So it's either a lifter that isn't pumped up, which wouldn't surprise me, it's water pressure.
Yeah.
Bottom end noise, rod bearing, crank bearing, could be all sorts of things. But it spins. So we are making progress here today.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's why you take plugs out of and put some oil down there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Thank you for letting me use this.
Oh yeah.
That was hugely helpful.
It's for like little motors.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, help free this thing up.
So I use it at work for AC motors or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It seems to be pretty good.
I bet part of the reason it's turning over so slow is because the outdrive's all the way up. Even though that's down. Is it there?
No, you good. Go on down.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
So long as it's down a little lower. Alright, I'm going to see if we've got power at the coil. I'm going to check it for spark. See what we can't come up with here today, huh? No power to the coil.
No power to the coil?
That might be why.
No.
Key was off. 12 volts at the coil. This has got Mercruiser Thunderbolt ignition too, so it's an electronic reluctor wheel in there, so it doesn't have points that have to open and close.
Yeah.
Which is, in 1990, that was just a couple years after they first started doing that. Okay, so we do have power at the coil.
Now, isn't that low hours for a Mercruiser?
It's not bad. 400 is not bad, really, for 1990. It's not bad at all. So
Yeah, we had some good times on this boat.
I bet y'all did. It's a good boat.
You know, I didn't know much about Cobalt. And Cobalts are pretty expensive boat.
Yeah, it really
Back
is.
in the day, I mean, I guess they still make them. I don't know.
They do. Yep, they sure do. All right. So I've got an inline spark tester here.
So that'll tell you if you're gonna get.
Yeah. So when I spin it over, I'm gonna see if that thing blinks. It should, in theory, blink. If we got
all the gadgets, man. That's cool.
Excuse me.
You got all the gadgets. I like that crap. That's cool.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if that blinks, shall we? It's got compression on that cylinder. Did you hear it slow down?
Mm-hmm.
Went da da da. That's got.
Oh, that plug's in there.
It's building compression. And it's got spark. Give me 10 minutes. She'll pop off.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Tiny's gonna have a fit.
So all 8 plugs are in. Give her a shot of this. Something flammable at least. Couple pumps.
That's awesome,
She
dude.
lit, dude. Look at that smoke.
Tiny's gonna say what?
Woo! Alright, well she lit.
That's cool, man.
Lit pretty good. Lit pretty good.
Sounds good. Damn.
Freaking out. You're scaring the dog.
Runs. Woo.
sounds like it's got a can in
It does sound like
rolling.
What's probably the bad gas, honestly. That's probably the bad gas. All right, well, 30 minutes ago, we thought this thing was dead locked. But after messing with the starter, messing with the crank, get some oil from these fine folks, she runs. She runs pretty good. Notable exception, 1, exhaust manifold. Notable exception, 2, exhaust manifold 2. They are cracked, but that's okay. There's no water in them currently. It happened a while ago. They are leaking exhaust into the boat, so it's going to need a pair of manifolds. The water pump that we saw earlier here was destined to go on. It's going to need one. You can hear the bearings. It's pretty loud. It's probably leaking. I'm not sure. We're going to have to figure that out. Good news is, it runs. Listen. Okay, well, it does if I give it throttle, and I've only got one hand. Now that the engine runs, I got to do one more thing. I want to make sure the compression is even across all 8 cylinders. So, we're going to disconnect this coil wire right here so we don't send spark down to any of the cylinders. And what I want to hear is a consistent sound as this thing spins over. Let's listen. Well, it sparks. That's good. It sounded okay before the battery ran dead. Compression is decent, we'll put it that way. And yes, I checked the transom, the stringers, motor mounts, it all looks good. It all is very solid. Hit it with a hammer. Not bad. We'll take it. It runs okay. The dash is pretty good as well. Everything's here. Most of the gauges work. Shifts, trims, I got the battery out. It's a neat little boat, all things considered. They just put a steering cable in it. It has the same kind of counter that my older Cobalt does too, so not all too bad, all things considered. We're gonna hook it up to the truck and take her home. Well, it's been a day or two since I got this boat back home. I did a little bit of work on it since then, which you're going to see in part 2 of this video. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave you off here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I did down in the comments, and stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 is going to be good. We got to put a new impeller in this boat. We're going to wash it. We're going to service the outdrive, get it running for the first time on our hose, and we might even go to the lake. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.